Guys, Joe Munoz, OneStepPrep.com. Just had a recent conversation with a gentleman training at an airline. He's wrapping up his training, and I said, as he's telling me about his experience, I said, what would you change about the training program over there? And he's, without hesitation, said, the instructors. I would change the instructors. And so I want to go out and tell you guys here, essentially the instructor, the quality, the caliber of the instructor really makes or breaks the effectivity, how effective a lesson is. And it's not really the courseware, it's not really the curriculum, the footprint, the outline, it's none of that. It's the instructor and their willingness to become a climbing partner with you as you aim to summit Mount Success. Now, the reality of it is, you may not have control over who your instructor is, right? So you have to control the variables that you can control, which is your preparation, particularly for those of you with relatively little experience. You're coming from a GA or a corporate background. And when I say corporate background, you may have a lot of experience in terms of hours, but not so much in terms of airlines or type rating in the world of 121. And so what you lack in experience, you always got to make up for in preparation. And the tools you use to prepare really makes all the difference too, because you need the right tools for the job. And type rating training is effectively like chopping down a giant tree, and you don't want a butter knife for that task. What you need is a chainsaw, right? And furthermore, what would be good is not only having a chainsaw, but somebody to instruct you on how to use that thing, how to crank it up, how to put oil in it, right? How to lubricate the gears, like basically how to run your equipment. And so that's where we come into play. Not only do we standardize instructors, but we also have courseware, material, online programs, in-person, virtual. We've got all kinds of different things that we can do with you to be that chainsaw, to be that climbing partner with you. If you're an instructor, by the way, I would also invite you to get standardized with us under what we like to refer to as AX3 certification. And that's really what puts instructors out of being teachers and really into being connective communicators. I like to say, sometimes a teacher can make things complex, but a connective communicator simplifies things and makes the success of others easy. And that's ultimately what you want, those of you that are instructors or aiming to be an instructor, is how can I make the success of my student easy? Those of you in leadership positions, how can I make the people on my team that I'm leading, how can I make their success easy for them? And that's ultimately what I want to do for my students, what I want to do for my staff, and what I want to do for you. So, you guys know the name, you guys know the website, OneStepPrep.com, Joe Munoz, Juan and Joe, your friends in training program success. Let's work together, let's climb together, let's get you the right material. And I just want you to know too, real quick before I end this video, if you are an ace guitar player, and I'm going to use guitar, but it could be any instrument. Maybe it's a sport, but let's go with music because I love music. Let's say that you are an absolute stud on the drums. You're an absolute ace guitar player. You're a great keyboard, piano player. If you have a mediocre instrument, but you're a phenomenal player of that instrument, I assure you, you're still going to outperform somebody who is an amateur player on a professional piece of equipment. And so let me put that more simply, all right? Basically what I'm getting to is that a professional facilitator, instructor, with mediocre courseware is still gonna outperform great courseware with mediocre facilitation, poor instruction. And so really, what determines the effectiveness of a session is the instructor. I'm on my way into a session right now. You notice I do a lot of videos in the car driving around. Why? Because I'm on the go, baby. I'm running around. I'm going from sim to sim, ground school to fixed base, to meeting, to some kind of engagement, speaking engagement, instructing engagement, back to a simulator, and I'm on my way on this rainy Saturday into a sim. And basically, the objective of the sim is for me to better equip these students, particularly on the engine out stuff, because that's what we're going to do. We're also going to do low visibility taxi. We're also going to look at landings, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the student that I'm working with is relatively low experience, and so we're going to need to get them on up to par in terms of landing the A320. And so the bottom line is that, what is the objective of the sim? Really, to summarize all that and put it simply, it's for me to go in there and make sure they leave the event feeling better than when they walked in. And the way to do that is to make sure they feel more equipped by first not getting into any lesson, but creating connection. Connecting with them, ensuring they understand I genuinely have their best interests in mind, and then offering what I have to offer in terms of tips, tricks, techniques, and know-how and knowledge for them to be able to facilitate to them to excel. And that's ultimately what we're going to do, right? So very much look forward to working with you. As I said earlier, if you want to enjoy your friends and training program success, onestepprep.com. I'll see you in another video.